makeup on my face. Also, often when I come to edit things, obviously I won't edit this because it's live. This is a handbag. This is how much makeup I found around my house, and I just threw it all in this handbag over time, and I thought, get the stuff in here that I was looking for. Have I got space? I think I have. I can move you down a bit. Oh, that's what that battery pack was for. That's what that battery pack was for. It was for my desk. I was moving things around yesterday and I was like, what is this plug even for? Like, I don't even get it. It was my standing desk. So no, I can't move you up and down. Whatevs. Okay. So, it's been a minute. I was hoping I might catch some of you on your lunch break. I'm actually about to log on for work in about 20 minutes. Hi, hello, Sally, Barbara, hello. And I thought, I'm going to put a bit of makeup on, you know. I feel a bit rubbish. What I was about to say was, often I will edit back a vlog and think I sounded a bit slurred, and that is because I've just taken some painkillers. Oh man, my back and my shoulders are really bothering me at the moment. So if I sound a bit, woo, I've not been drinking. That doesn't happen very often anymore, actually. It's because I've taken some painkillers, and I don't hear it in the moment, but then I watch something back and go, whoa, you sound like you're on slow motion. Just writing you a DM. Your advice was amazing and it worked well. What was the advice? Remind me what we were talking about. I mean, we talk about a lot of things. Was this the after school club situation? Is this the one that we're talking about? Because I feel like your username might be different. Right. What I was going to put on was the Merit. The lovely Alana gave me this Merit. Also, my hands are not dirty. I assure you, they're as clean as they can be. They are stained. I need to change I literally just put a new plaster on this morning. I'm having to change it like 3 or 4 times a day because my hands are wet and whatever from cement stuff. Oh, the mental health appointment conversation. Okay, I'll look at that DM later. So yeah, Alana, thank you. I've used this like twice because I went on a bit of a downward spiral shortly after you sent me this and haven't really had the use for it. I've barely worn any makeup at all. But we're going on holiday really soon. I'm looking specifically for something. Where did I put? Here it is. Really, really soon. And I want a makeup routine that's going to be super basic. I can't wear no makeup at all. And here's why. My eyebrows are now so pink that it's like almost bothering me. Like when I see myself, they're just really, really pink. My mum even commented on it, and she doesn't comment on things like this. She's like, not like a makeup kind of person. So for her to notice something is a lot to begin with, but for her to comment, even more so. So yeah, I thought I probably need to have them topped up. I was kind of waiting for them to fade out and I was going to just do whatever, but I think I may have them topped up at the end of the year. It doesn't make sense to have them topped up and then go on like a sunny holiday for 2 weeks because that's not great for a new tattoo of any kind. But all that is to say, the reason I need to wear a little bit of makeup is what I like to do is put on a bit of something, whether this be a base, concealer, whatever, because I really am just gonna, it's gonna look like a lot, but I promise it's not. It's very light. I really love this stuff. I'm gonna see how well this lasts with this weird muggy weather. It's obviously not the same as Florida, but if I could just take this, like this, maybe a blush, some mascara, an eyeliner in case I was feeling fancy. Amazing. So what I like to do with these pink eyebrows, because I don't have a tremendous amount of hair, it's not a real problem. I'll just take a little bit of the base and just go over my eyebrow. And it just neutralizes the skin underneath my eyebrow so that you can't see that pink quite so much, but it still gives me that little bit of definition from kind of the leftover. You can't see because number one, it's an iPhone, and number two, I've got the shades down. But it just makes it so that they don't look pink, basically. Really, I go back and forth. I don't know if I want to get them redone. I don't want to be in a position, which is why I started having them, like letting them fade out in the first place. I don't want to be in a position where I have to keep having them because they look bad as they fade out. So I've left them 2 years. That's quite a long time. I don't know. Part of me thinks maybe I'll have them done in the winter. I've got a couple of trips coming up, which I'm really excited about, you know, when I say excited. Although yesterday I did have a little bit of creeping excitement about our Disney holiday. If you are like just hopping into this and you've no idea what I'm talking about, I've been on antidepressants since December. I'm just weaning myself off them now, by which I now mean I have gone full cold turkey, and I know you're not supposed to do that, but that's what I'm doing. So that merit just evened everything out. It is a really, really nice product. I hate to tell you that because it's so expensive, and I kind of made like an not anti-merit as such, but like a you don't need this video. And it's true, you don't need this. But it's really nice. It is really nice. Especially if you are a real minimal makeup wearer. Like you just want, like my mum would love this. I'm always looking for stuff that would be good for if you never wear makeup. Like you just want something that it works. Because that's kind of how I'm feeling about makeup these days. But also I'm always thinking of my mum because she hates makeup because it just irritates her. But she's starting to do things and go out, and she's kind of wanting to wear a little bit of makeup now, and I'm always looking for things. And I think that would be one of those things. And it's her birthday next week, and I'm like, I've been on the fence about whether maybe buying her something from the Trini collection would be good, but I haven't tried anything from that yet myself. But my mum and I have very, very different complexions. So I think I may just take this, rather than it be a surprise, I may take this to her next week, just test a few things out, and then if it works, then I'll just get her some stuff, because I really think this would be right up her street, just for ease. You don't even need a brush. Just there, little bit. I think it'd be right up her street. Right, let me just see what I've been missing out on. I was just watching your latest vlog. And stopped to come and watch your live. Never managed to keep them. Obviously, meant to be. Genuinely missed your content so much. Really glad to see you back. Thank you, Lulu. Oh, how do I feel it wears on me? So again, I've only worn it like twice. It's definitely not matte, no oil control whatsoever. But I don't care quite so much about that as I get older as I used to. The couple of times that I did wear it, I felt like, it sits on the skin. So if you're a face toucher, you're going to kind of move it around a little bit. But I found that it stayed quite nicely on my skin. It didn't kind of break down. So it's all going to come down to movement on your face. If you're someone who moves. But there's also a positive to that, because I've had products in the past where they've worn away and it's just kind of broken down and it looks horrible. And if you put that against something like this that sits on your skin and doesn't set, sometimes you'll look in the mirror and be like, oh, there's a smudge. But you can literally just you just smudge it back into place. Like sometimes you'll have like a crease thing under your eyes and you just go like this, oh, the creasing's gone. Whereas if you get something that sets, the crease is set and it's like a whole thing. You can't just easily maneuver it back into place. So I like it, I really do, and I hate that I like it. So this was another thing that when I was feeling really out of sorts, and I was like, I want to make a video, but another thing that kind of put me off was, as I talked about, the whole PR thing. So this was sent to me in PR. As such, I looked through like the flowchart of the guidelines for the ASA, which is like the Advertising Standards Agency in the UK. And it kind of looks like, if I talk about this, that was sent to me in PR, I've never had an email from Pixie. I don't know how they originally got my address, not a clue, but I've never had an email from Pixie. They don't say to me, oh, we're going to send you this package, or would you like to receive? I have never received any correspondence from Pixie. They send me things from time to time. And sometimes I talk about them, sometimes I don't. If it's makeup, there's a lot of makeup I've tried from Pixie that I'm just like, not interested in. I give it to someone else. You never even hear about it. Whereas some stuff comes and I'm like, oh, I would have bought that. This is one of those things. This is the On the Glow bronze. I've got this one, which is, what colour is this? Warm Glow. I have another one, which is more of a bronze, and this is Beach Glow. So looking at the ASA guidelines, it kind of seems like I would need to make this live an ad because this is a PR sample, but it's not an ad. This is my issue with this. I'm all about transparency. I already went off about this, but I'm all about transparency. Not a problem telling you what has been sent to me, what I've been paid for, etc. But that's not an ad. That is an ad in the same way that me just telling you that Merit thing was great. And technically that was gifted to me because Alana gave it to me. But I've never been contacted by Merit. Me talking to you about anything is technically an ad. That's what influencers means. We're influencing your purchases, your decisions. So anything could be an ad, in which case we should just be looked at as, take this with a pinch of salt. These people are advertising products because technically we are. I would say me talking about this with zero link, zero nothing. You know, I'm telling you this was sent to me, but I'm not leaving a link. It's alive. I'm not going back and linking things. I barely do that for my edited videos. This is less of an ad than me talking about this Hourglass powder, which I purchased with my own money, and leaving a link below where if you buy that, I will make money. Because in theory, if you really logically think about that, I am more incentivized to talk this up and be like, oh my God, you know, I bought this with my own money. It's so amazing. I'll leave you a link below. But I will make money off that link below. Because if I tell you this is so amazing and you go and buy it, I will make money. It's not a lot of money, but that's not the point. I am more financially motivated, in theory, to talk about that than I am to talk about this that was sent to me, but I'm not leaving you a link because there's nothing in it for me at all. I don't know. It baffles me, but I will admit that that was one of the things that I was like, just adds another level of, do I want to do that? Not quite the same for ads, not quite the same. But I did want to just talk about that because I don't want ever for you guys to think that I'm intentionally misleading you, because never. I would never. I've always said that is a very short-sighted view. People lying to viewers. I mean, I don't feel, you know, it's not as important these days because am I staying around? Am I not staying around? But if you wanted to make this a thing, where's my mascara? There it is. If you wanted to make this a thing, then lying to people, this is not going to be a long-term thing that you do, because people are not going to follow along. People are not going to engage when they just think, well, she's lying. And you'll be caught out, and it's just not, it's very short-sighted. It's a very short game. But I was just kind of a little bit put off by, like, it's just so many hoops, you know? And then I thought, well, maybe I could just put aside anything that's been gifted and never mention that. Only mention products that I've bought myself. But then that also feels disingenuous, because I want to be able to talk about the things I'm really enjoying. Even if someone gifted me something and I gave that to someone else immediately and I went out and bought that for myself, it's still been gifted to me in the past. So technically, anyway, let's get off this subject because it's so frustrating. So frustrating, because for me, it just feels like another way of people hiding that they've been paid. If I say everything's an ad, then you don't know when I've been paid and when I've not been paid. And that is a really important distinction to me as a viewer. Swatched the Pixie blushes in M&S, really like them, so probably purchased one too. I'm telling you, they are awesome. Alana, what did you say about the Merit? Normal leaning to dry. I find it sits well on me, but I could see where oily skin may not love it. Also, I do find that it does, I've got a little light on this mirror here, where I've put on a ton of, again, this could be an ad because I've been talking about it for 13 years. Since the very beginning of my YouTube channel, I have been talking about the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturiser. I use it as a spot treatment. It's like a purple and white thing. I put a big dollop of it on my finger, all over here, all over here. This is where I've been getting all of my acne, which, by the way, since I have reduced, aka just completely stopped taking now, my sertraline, I feel weird mentally and even physically. I feel like I'm constantly moving, like I'm on a boat, and I'm not entirely in a great headspace, but my skin has improved tenfold and I am vain. So that was one of the reasons. The second reason was I did not want to feel completely numb to joy and excitement in Disney World. So I'm hoping that I'm going to kind of like ride that storm by when we go in August. But all of this area is dry because that's where I've been using the Clean and Clear stuff, and that is where the Merit stuff has settled. Someone asked the shade. It is linen, and do you know what? This is the shade I would have bought as well. So perfect, Alana. Best thing anyone's ever given me. Oh, I think as long as they have no control over what you were saying about it. Listen, I'll talk to you about this on Instagram, Alana, because I saw the same flowchart that you did, and there's a part that kind of says, like, we'll go after you if. But all of the other stuff suggests it still needs to be an ad. It's, well, that's by the by, I just put ad up here on screen if I'm chatting about some things and say it out loud like you do. I think you're very transparent. Thank you. But it is, it's frustrating. We all know. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do lip liner. This always makes me feel like if I'm on Teams, as I will be soon, and I look like this is like, someone might be like, oh, you look nice today, because usually I look like a troll. If I am wearing lip liner, it's like, where are you going? When I go from this to what I'm going to show you with the lip liner, this is makeup to me. I could do all the eyes, all the whatever. It's the lip. It is the lip. If you voice noted me right now, Alana, am I going to be in the background of this voice note? Because that's going to be weird. I'm going to have to put on my little line. Also, this weather. I can hear it's just started raining, and I feel really bad because my neighbour's been out all day hacking away at the bushes and stuff, and they've got their parents around and stuff. All I can think is, I hope that they're not in the middle of something they can't stop because the rain. It's just impossible to know how to dress for this weather. I've started this early enough. Ooh, my battery's low on this. I've started this early enough that I might even actually film something after this because I have time. Yeah. This is all. This is it, you see. This is when it gets like, pow, you've got makeup on. I'll tell you a product that I cannot find. I think I must have lost it. It must have been like a rolled under the car when I dropped my handbag or something like that, because it doesn't exist anymore. There are things that I've lost over the years that I will never ever get over because I just don't understand how I lost them. Let me tell you one of the things I lost. Actually, let me finish the first thought first. And that was the YSL Glossy Balm. I don't know if they still make this, but I really would consider buying another one. It was like a lip gloss, but it was a balm. And it was the closest I've ever come to that TV lip that I'm all over. Let me just open the curtain thing, the blinds, because this is insanity. This flipping weather. So yeah, the Glossy Balm. Amazing. So instead what I do is lip liner on balm. That is the one. Hey, Nikki, hey. So let me tell you a story. It reminded me the other day because I was wearing my engagement ring, which is like a purpley one that you may recognise. And someone said, oh, you found your engagement ring. I'm so pleased. I didn't lose it, but then I thought maybe they're mixing stories up because I did lose. Technically, my first engagement ring, it is heartbreaking. When we went to New York, Lee and I, a long time ago, he bought me a ring from Tiffany that was an amethyst. We had no business buying anything from Tiffany. We had no money. How we afforded to go, we went to New York for a week for £1,000. And honestly, I feel like I'm telling you we went in like 1985 because that is how much it cost. 7 days, £1,000. We had next to no money. How he bought this, I have no idea. But he bought me this ring from Tiffany that was like a big amethyst. They were called sparklers, Tiffany sparklers. So like a cocktail ring, silver, but with this like big cocktail thing. And I mean, it was never very practical because it was real chunky. But it's such a beautiful ring. I have pictures of it. I like took some pictures that were really makes me sad. I don't know where that ring went. Now I have a very specific place that I keep my really special jewelry. And I never touch something. What? Jesus Christ. Why is everything in my house from IKEA? I don't believe I will ever lose something important again because of that experience. I don't know what happened. We've moved house multiple times, and every time we move house, Lee says, maybe we'll find. But it's yet to turn up. I have a second thing that disappeared with absolutely no, like, where on earth did this go? But I totally believe the movers stole it. And that was when we moved into this house, my vlog camera disappeared. And I was using it on the day. And obviously, I'm not saying that movers steal things, but I do believe that these movers did steal this thing. And if you were someone who was doing that job and you were going to be opportunistic about it, you would take something that you'd think they wouldn't necessarily miss straight away. So if you saw a camera on the side, you'd probably think, well, they're not going to know it's today that that's gone. But obviously, I was actively using it. I was using this camera to vlog with, and then I just couldn't find it anywhere. And it was my mum and dad's movers. We moved ourselves. My mum and dad moved with a moving service. And so I didn't feel like I could say anything. But if that was now, and if that was our movers, I would have had no qualms saying someone took this from the house. Because there's no way. There is no way they didn't take it. They took it. They did. But let's say also that was a mystery. Because I don't know, but I do know. So yeah, when I log on for work later now, people are going to be like, where are you going? Looking so dressed up, and it's lip liner. It's lip liner. So now I feel like it's got dark and the rain. Can you hear the rain? Rain. Can I film something? This would be the first time I've been charging my camera battery, but the first time I've actually like put my camera up to film a sit-down video in maybe 6 weeks. I don't know, it feels weird. Feels so strange. I'm also gonna do, this no longer leaves the house. This has to stay with me now. Because, can you even believe, I took this powder, obviously it's super finely milled because it's hourglass, beautiful. Took this powder out with me as like my touch-up powder when I went out because gorgeous, just soft focus, beautiful, everything. And I have had this in my bag when I have been drunker than I care to admit. And I dropped this the morning after a night out on my kitchen floor. Not, while I was dancing or doing shots or some crazy stuff I've done. Neither of those things are that crazy. I've done like, what do you call it? Is there a name for that thing where if there is a horizontal bar anywhere that I can access, I will do like a twirl around it. like a somersault around a bar. Is there a word for that? Because I will do that. Sober, if anything, a cartwheel or one of those. If there's a space that is calling for a cartwheel, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I've done those with my handbag around my shoulder. Fine. It was the kitchen floor the morning after. These things make no sense. I did that once. It was a golden time, 1,000 to go to New York for a week, including £500 spending money, which exchanged to $1,000. Yes. Oh, what a time to be alive, Nikki. You remember these things. Ooh, the painkiller's hitting him because of do you see? Because I'm like, I can hear it now. I can hear in my head the words come out quicker than they come out in my mouth. So maybe not film a video. No, I'm going to do it. If I don't do it, I'll never do it again. I just need to break the barrier and be like, let's talk about some stuff. That's my basket of empties over there. And I've been collecting things for a while. I just need to do it. I don't know why I feel like I need to work myself up to do it, but here we are. Also, someone said, already planning to buy some of your candles for Christmas presents this year. Too soon? Absolutely not too soon. In fact, what did I do with? I had in my hands. So I've got this part of it. Where's the other part? Did I bring a candle? Oh yeah. So this is I knew earlier on, I was like, I'm going to light a candle in the office. So this is the, I believe, final iteration of Mystic Falls. I think it smells amazing, but I'm going to do one final test burn. When I do a test burn, I pour my candle to like halfway, so I'm not wasting too much wax. And I burn for 4 hours at first, see how that goes, and then I burn the entire thing, just to make sure there's no problems. I've had problems in the past. I mean, this is probably 6 months of learning how to make concrete jars, learning all about different sealants, having to find ones that are obviously safe, because it's so difficult. In America, they've got access to so many different things. Blood and heartbreak. I love it. It does smell like blood and heartbreak, Rebecca. I was tempted to not even say what it smelled like. A candle called Mystic Falls. That is correct. Oh, it smells so good. It's like musky and a little bit aftershavey, a little bit citrus, bourbon. It's going to be bourbon, leather, vervain, of course. But it's kind of like a smoky, masculine scent, which I'm completely obsessed with. But I just need to be 100% sure. Because there's been ones in the past where we've kind of almost had it and then we've tweaked it a little bit and then it's been perfect. And this is the problem. This is why things take so long. Because I don't want to put something out that's like, nah, it's fine. I watch a lot of people in America. It's mostly American people that talk about candle making. And it seems like every single one of them, their business is built on buying the same supplies from the same places and just naming them different things. So you can go to there's loads of different fragrance oil suppliers in the UK. So I could buy, I don't know, a vanilla fragrance oil and just put that in, and then it's a vanilla candle, and that's the whole thing. Job done. I could buy one that they've pre-blended. Like I could buy one that was called like pumpkin spice latte. I could put that in my candle and call it something else, and then that's my candle. Well, my candle could smell exactly the same as hundreds of other people's candles. So we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make it different. So we buy a lot of fragrance oils, and we have our own custom blends. There is not one candle that we have made or will be launching that you will find that exact scent anywhere else, because they are all custom blends, which I am a bit too controlling over. Karen and I get together and I'm like, I've got a really good idea. And I said to her the other day, you can say no to me. Sometimes these ideas are not good. Like I wanted to make a Barbie candle because I'd got these fluorescent pink labels, and we made this candle. We wanted to make a cherry vanilla. We're both Friends fans, and when Karen said cherry vanilla, I went, bing, cherry vanilla, episode 1. And we were then like, right, well, we have to make this. We are maybe 3 or 4 versions in, and we cannot get a cherry vanilla scent that does not smell synthetic. They all smell like sweet plastic, you know, like a doll. When you were a kid and you would open the box and it smells like a doll, like a plastic doll, but it's like a sweet plastic. So I was trying to go to sleep, as I want to do. I'm like, in my mind, and I had this mad idea of, let's make a Barbie candle, and it's going to be the cherry vanilla because it smells like sweet plastic. It smells like Barbies, and then we've got these pink labels. And she was like, yeah, we could do that. And the next morning I woke up and was like, Karen, like, this is not, like, in theory, yes, okay, it's an idea, but it's not on brand. It doesn't, like, it was a mad, you should be asleep idea. All ideas can't be good ideas. Even if you're like, oh, that's actually quite a good idea, if you really sit and think about something, a lot of them are not. So I've said to her a few times, like, Karen, you have to be able to say no to me. You have to be able to say, no, that's not good. It doesn't work. Yes, the cupcake dolls. I'm always talking about these. All of the foodie scents to me smell like that. We've got a chocolate fragrance oil. I had a chocolate cupcake doll. It smells exactly like that. So many of them are so synthetic. I really struggle with foodie scents. Although I don't like pumpkin spice scented anything. we have found a pumpkin spice. It's amazing. It's so good. Even I like it. So we're going to do... Oh, I'm telling you too many things maybe, but nah, no one's watching. There's 48 of you. We're fine. We are going to do a candle called This Is Halloween, which was all Karen. She was like, we have to have this. And we were kind of going back and forth. What will it smell like? And pumpkin had to be in there. So we were like, well, maybe we'll do like a variation of pumpkin spice. But then I thought, like, I'm thinking label. Like, so we do, this is Halloween. What does it smell of? Where does the name come from? The name comes from Nightmare Before Christmas. Pumpkin spice and Christmas lights. So it's pumpkin spice and cinnamon. And it smells amazing. It is, again, it's foodie. And this is a big part of this. Like, I love a masculine fragrance. This is me all over. It's a real toss-up for me. For my favourites, for our core range so far, it's either Good Morning, which is just like zingy lemon. It's like a lemon sherbet scent. Or Beach House, which I just love. And I feel like Beach House specifically, I feel like that is really unique. I don't know anything else that smells like that, and I love it. Like, I couldn't get enough of it. I'm thinking of making some kind of eau de toilette, just for me. I love. See, in coffee shop is great. I really, really enjoy it. But if we're talking, like, if I could just walk into my house and it smelled like one thing all the time, it would be Beach House. That's it. So I need to like prize myself away from this is mine, this is what I want it to be, and think a little bit more about, okay, so just because you don't like the scent of it doesn't mean other people don't want that. And you thought coffee shop would be your favorite, but Beach House is number 1 because it's amazing. But I need to make some foodie scents, some floral scents. They're not my favorite, but I need to make the best version of those things that I can for the people that like them. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't love that, but if I can make one that I can enjoy, it's not my favorite, it's not the one that I would pick out of, a whole load of them, but I can still enjoy it, then I feel like that's got to be the best version. Scent is so subjective, and it's a really hard part of it. But yeah, I've been burning this in various different iterations. We've got the wax melt. I've got the little tins. Have I got a tin? I have got a tin. This has just got like a label on it for testing at the moment, but this was a tin that I burned down last week. These burn for 15 hours. Amazing for testing, but I also want to see what they smell like in all of the different vessels. Also, I just made this morning, or I just demolded this morning, the cutest. In fact, I'll put it on our, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll put it on our Instagram. I made this little jar. I'd seen it online a few times, the mold, but the advert for the mold is like a metallic, like an eco resin thing. I was like, oh, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how well it's going to turn out. So it's all like star signs around the base of the jar. It's just a little jar around the base of the jar, and then there's two different lid options. One is a star and one is a sun. And I've done it in jet black. It looks so cool. So we're gonna have a book of shadows. So this was another thing. We came up with all these different names that we wanted, and I wanted for autumn to have a shop around the corner scent. Part of me was bothered a little bit that we already have coffee shop and shop around the corner. I was like, it's kind of bothering me. I also thought, I don't know if everyone's going to get that reference. It's from You've Got Mail. Meg Ryan's little bookshop is called Shop Around the Corner, and I wanted it to smell like a bookshop. So I had the scent and I was like, okay, I think I like this. And then we were thinking of our Halloween scents, and we both were like, Book of Shadows, which is from Charmed. And plus, if you don't get that reference, it doesn't matter because Book of Shadows sounds mystical, Halloweeny. So I decided to alter the shop around the corner to make it a little bit more, it's not really Halloweeny, but again, kind of musky. I've made it a little bit floral. I'm considering adding in something else, but I don't know what yet. And I thought it would be super cute if we did some like little special ones in this, like, I don't want to go and get it right now, but I'll post it on our Instagram, which is Smoke and Matches. It's just so cute. This little jar. So we'll do some that are like in this and some that are like in the tins and stuff. But this little jar just screams Book of Shadows. It's like a little black mystical thing. And yeah, that's going to be Book of Shadows. I'm really excited about it. But that, I don't know how I'm going to do the label on that. Probably won't have a label. I don't know. But all of this stuff can be reused. I know everyone always says that about their like candle jars. Oh, you can reuse them. But I can't. These take me, I worked it out yesterday, start to finish, each of these, hands-on, actual active time takes me 20 minutes to make. From mixing the cement, because I make them one at a time, mixing the cement, pouring them, like making sure I'm getting as many air bubbles out as possible. Some are going to be like a little bit more mottled than others, but it's, they're handmade. But doing that, whatever. Put it on the shelf, let it cure, demold it. I have to sand it all down. Then I have to seal it on the inside, leave that for a couple of days to make sure that's all kind of like absorbed in. Then I seal it on the outside. I put the little feet on the bottom and label it all up. That's before you even pour the candle. There's 20 minutes per jar. So this is not like I've bought a glass and filled it with something, although we did just buy 60 jars that are the most incredible, iridescent. We want to do something for, we were going to do it for Christmas, and I think now it's going to be New Year, and we're going to do it. I've gone back and forth over names because I kind of want it to be like a New Year thing, and I don't know whether I want it to be like Manifest, or I was listening to Casey Musgraves, who I just want to make a candle with every single one of her song names. But Star-Crossed is on the table. But this jar is incredible, and that will be super limited because we only have 60 of them. Anyway, so I'm not just doing that for the most part. I am actually making them myself, sealing them, sanding them, doing whatever I'm doing. So once I finish with this, we'll pour hot water into it, get all of that. I don't know how it would fare in the freezer. I haven't done that yet. But I get all of the wax to the top, get all of that out, and then I put it in the dishwasher. That's what I do with my other candle jars when I reuse them. So like, Bath & Body Works, whatever. I get all of the wax that I can get out, and then I put them in the dishwasher. I don't know how good that is for your dishwasher, but I've always done that. So anyway, I put like 4 or 5 of them the other day in the dishwasher. They came out perfect. In fact, the ones that I had sealed on the outside as well, they even still had, this hasn't got stoppers on the bottom because I'm not wasting that on mine. They even had the stickers, the stopper things, the rubber feet on the bottom. I was really impressed. So once you're done with it, you can clean it out, use it for whatever you want to use it for. I have had some questions about whether or not I would sell refills. The reason that I'm not going to do that, there's two. One, because they're handmade, they're not all perfectly cylindrical. Some of them end up a bit squished and a bit more oval. So it's impossible to really say this will definitely fit in the jar that you've got. But the second thing is sealing. So I spend a lot of time making sure that they're properly sealed. Obviously, if there was any issue with your candle, you can contact us and we'll sort that out for you. But that's a lot of time and research and stuff into making sure that the stuff that I'm putting in there is the right stuff. Once it's been washed, I don't know how well, because it's like a water solvent sealant thing. So I don't know how safe it would be. I wouldn't want it to kind of like leak all over everywhere, you know? So that's the reason. Right, let me catch up. The difference is you want to make a product. Many influencers just want to make products that their followers will buy because they made it. They want to make, hang on. Products, many influencers just want to make a product that their followers will buy just because they made it. Oh, taking advantage. I get it. Yeah, I know what you mean. This is a real, I don't know when we'll make any money from this. I can't tell you how much money we've spent on this. We're not expecting to make any money for quite a long time. If we break even, fantastic. Then it's basically a hobby that's paying for itself. But it's a really expensive hobby, and it's not. We're not going to make any money. Even if you guys buy every single thing that we put out there, we probably won't make any money by the end of the year. But obviously, we would love for you to do that. It helps us grow and it supports us to move forward into the future where maybe that will happen. But right now, it is a real passion project because, well, and also the time. I can't overstate the time. The time and the real estate it has taken up. I've basically taken over my entire dining area and utility. Like there's shelves upon shelves upon shelves. I've currently got about 200 jars ready for as and when I can have like a big session of, and now I fill up all the candles because it's not that long. It's a week on Saturday before we launch online. Shop Around the Corner, one of your favourite movies. Same for me. To me, Book of Shadows is a Zakk Wylde album. The candle sounds amazing though. I get heaps as gifts. Okay. Well, this is all positive, so thank you so much. But yeah, the one thing that is really, really hard is detaching yourself a little bit and being like, do you know what? It's okay if it's not 100% perfect, because it's almost impossible to do that. It is like sometimes I just don't. That's why we've got 3 core fragrances instead of like 6, because I was just like it's not right yet. And sometimes it smells so good in the candle, and when you burn it, you're like, it just doesn't smell of anything. Just doesn't smell of anything, and that could be the wick. It could be so many things. Sometimes you need another scent to go in with it to like bring it out. It's crazy. Anyway, Alana said she's just popping off, and honestly, I should have popped off a while ago. It's 45 minutes in, and I don't know if I've got time to film anything else. Also, I had my 3rd lobe piercing the other day. Ella went to have her 2nd. Ella's got completely different shaped ears to me, so hers are like further down, like they're wider but like shorter. So I don't think she could have a 3rd because her earlobe is like a completely different shape. But this definitely felt like it was more up here. It was so much more painful, and it's taking a lot longer to heal. Whole thing is like, yikes, really not fun. But yeah, that reminded me. I think it's cute. I've wanted my like a nice ear stack for years and years, and I'm so happy I went, and I'm so happy I did it with a needle. Had it done with a needle. Not fun, pain-wise, but love. It's a total vibe. I'm really happy with them. Was there something else? Oh, someone asked about the website. The website is smokeandmatches.com. You can sign up to the mailing list. You can follow us on Instagram. We will be our proper launch. So we've done a couple of little mini tester launches. more than anything, that was to test the website and to test how our shipping situation worked. Not like, obviously we've done test shipments before, but we wanted to see how it worked through the website. Like, we just kind of wanted to see the logistics, and we've sent a couple of candles out to people and stuff since then. So yeah, that's the thing. Full launch. We're hoping to have like full stock of everything, plus a couple of extra scents that we may have little stock of, because we weren't planning on doing the autumn launch yet. And then we've got a market stall. We're so excited about this. We're going to do a craft fair on the 5th of August. If anybody is in the Doncaster area, we're going to be at Lakeside Village, which used to be called Yorkshire Outlet, for those of you who've been around for a while, like me. Lakeside Village, we're going to be there on the 5th. That's really exciting because we've never... it's happening all at once, and I don't know. It's happening really, really quickly, but that's a really, really good thing. Right now, I'm going to go and take a picture of that little thing and put it on our Instagram so you can see it, because it's so cute. You won't even believe how cute it is. But I've only got one of the molds, so it's going to take me a long time to build up a stock of those. So it may be like something that we only sell like 10 of or something crazy. But that's the thing, when you're doing this yourself and it's a small business and it's literally 2 people making the things, and I'm the only one making the concrete right now, although we may do that differently in the future. Yeah, it is a labour of love, but we are loving it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, kind of geeing me up for the day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.